All right, welcome to week 8 of Old Testament Survey 2. This is the last week. You guys have made it. Just a few more days left and you'll be done. Just a few announcements here, and then I'll let you go. The video up there is we're in of week 7. It's kind of long, so I don't want to take up too much of your time here. Although you can pause me and come back. So I don't know. If you need to, if you're watching something on Netflix, you can listen to me in the background here. It's okay. No. Okay, so week 8, last week, that means Thursday is the last day of class. It's very important you understand that. I posted an announcement. It should have gone to your email. It should be on the class as well. But Thursday is the last day of class. All assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time is the time that the school's at. So if you're in a different time zone, make sure that you are planning ahead so that your assignments are done by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, our time. But that's Thursday, so make sure you're doing that. What you're going to have to do is take a final exam. You'll need a proctor. The same rules apply from last time. This is the final exam. There's a study guide that's posted down there, and also it's going to be, as far as format goes, the same general format as the midterm, so you kind of have an idea. There's going to be an essay question. I would encourage you, more than that, I would tell you this is an essay question in a graduate level class, so I'm looking for graduate level essay answer, more than just a paragraph or two. I'm looking for a complete answer, answer as completely as you can. Don't speak in vague concepts. Be as specific as you can. Now, you can't use a Bible, so I don't expect you to cite chapter and verse, but I do expect you to cite books and materials and things like that. If you're dealing with, for instance, the issue of wisdom, I would expect you to say, not cite exact passages from Proverbs or Ecclesiastes, but talk about Proverbs as this and this and this, Ecclesiastes as this and this, demonstrating you have a graduate level understanding of these broad concepts. You'll also need to turn in your reading percentage. That's simple. You're going to click on the link. It's going to ask you what percentage of the total reading, required reading did you do, and you'll give the percentage out of 100. And that's your reading grade on that. You also have a discussion board. The discussion board is not as formal this week as it usually is because it's a shortened week. What that's posted there is really to give you guys a chance to kind of exchange ideas about the final assignment, because we're dealing with the issue of Theodicy and Ecclesiastes and Job, and a little bit of Habakkuk. Habakkuk deals with Theodicy too, but Ecclesiastes and Job especially. So I want you guys just to kind of exchange ideas, share what you're doing, share ideas. For your contextualized application assignments, you're going to be dealing with Theodicy, and this goes for the discussion as well, but since you're really going to be graded on that final assignment, don't go to the New Testament. It's hard, it's difficult. Ordinarily, we'd want to go to the New Testament at some point, but the purpose of this assignment is to get an Old Testament understanding of Theodicy, specifically based on Ecclesiastes and Job. Now, the New Testament does shine some more light on it, but most of the time when dealing with this issue of Theodicy, the problem of evil, why do bad things happen if God is good? The knee-jerk reactions go straight to the New Testament. I want us to stay away from the New Testament as much as possible this week. Not because the New Testament doesn't help us here, but because the purpose of this assignment is to make sure you understand first how the Old Testament's dealing with it. Christ, the incarnation, the resurrection, that all has a lot of bearing to bring on the question of Theodicy. But we don't want to. We want to go before, and the Old Testament's addressing it without that in mind, perhaps, or addressing it slightly from a different perspective. All of this to say is avoid the New Testament. You can go 1 or 2 verses in your assignment, but really focus on what the Old Testament, Ecclesiastes and Job especially, are saying. You can also bring in Habakkuk, because these books are generally the ones that it's agreed upon that deals with the issue of Theodicy. So I want you to be drawing your theology from that, and also make sure you're drawing from more than just 1 or 2 verses. You can't draw a theological conclusion based on 1 or 2 verses and say this is what the whole says. No, you need to draw it from. So be looking in your reading this week as you're reading the biblical material and the required and the assignments from the IVP. Look for this question: how is Theodicy? What has it done? So there it is. Grading. You have also your final contextualized application assignment due Thursday. I'm still working my way through your last ones. I'm sorry it's taken. I don't have them all done yet. I'll have them done by the end of the week here. I got a little bit behind with some of my other classes, so I'm sorry I haven't been able to finish these up as quickly as I'd hoped to. For the next couple of days, I'm going to lock the door to my office and just get it done. But if you have any questions or anything about the assignments beforehand, please let me know, and I'll be happy to help you. I think it's been a great class. This is the last time probably I'll be talking to you via video, except for in the feedback to your papers. So good luck on everything, and as always, if you have questions, let me know.